All right, welcome back to your 2020 grant planning. So we're really in the home stretch now, and today I want to talk about reviewing your quarter. So if you remember, we set a goal, or an annual goal, in one of the very first lessons that we did for this series. And then I kind of told you to forget about the goal, which is still what I want you to do. But I do want you to revisit that goal towards the end of every quarter so that you can keep it in mind as you're planning for the next quarter. And so that's exactly what I want you to do when you come to the end of quarter one, is take out that goal that you set for yourself and see if it's still, if you still feel jazzed about it, and if that's still what you want to go after for this year. And then I want you to think about the milestones that you were supposed to hit in the first quarter and how close you are to achieving those, or whether things kind of went sideways. And the reason that I want you to do that is because when you're planning for your next quarter, you have to consider those factors in the planning that you do for the next quarter. So let's say that you were supposed to hit a milestone in quarter one and it just completely went sideways. You're not even close. You really have a lot of work to do. Is it realistic, considering that you only have 3 quarters in the year left, for you to try to condense that work into the next 3 quarters? Or even, if this is something that needs to happen sometime during the second quarter of the year, is it realistic that that is actually going to get done? So when you are planning for your second quarter, you need to account for all of the things that didn't happen in the first quarter. And so you need to think about how realistic that is for you, and whether you need to make any adjustments to your overall annual goal or any of the milestones that you have coming up in your second, third, and fourth quarters. So that's what you need to do at the end of your first quarter, is do that review and plan, much in the same way that you do your review and plan at the end of every week. That Sunday review that we talked about, where you sit down and you take a look at how things went and you plan your next week. You're doing the same thing, but you're kind of zooming out and doing that at the end of every quarter. So that's it for today. Tomorrow we will be doing a recap of this entire series, and then I've got a couple of extra grant writing lessons for you coming up to close out the week.